Good afternoon, everybody. I'm presenting Giyani Metals. We are a manganese battery grade company, mainly for the electric vehicle market. Forward-looking statement, everything backward-looking is factual. Everything forward-looking we think is realistic and feasible. Okay, so our asset. We are a vertically integrated company all the way from the mine to the final battery product. We are located in Botswana. We have about 8,000 kilometers land package. This is, for those of you who don't know, almost the size of Puerto Rico. So it's a vast property. We own 88%. Some of the licenses, 100%. We're going to own the rest of the 12% in July. It's an opportunity with multiple outcrops and multiple deposits of manganese, so that can generate multiple projects. Together, collectively, hopefully, it's going to be a very big resource. The infrastructure that we enjoy is pretty well developed. We are in the most developed part of Botswana, southeast. There's a variety of infrastructure, and we're close proximity to major cities and towns. As you can see, we're very close to a good network of roads and railroad systems, not more than 2 kilometers away from the 3 deposits that have been already identified. We have an option to export from 5 seaports, be it to the east towards China and India, or to the west, Europe and North America, so no shortage of logistics support there. So the manganese market is predominantly 2 parts, 2 sides to the global market of manganese. The metallurgical application, which consumes about 86% of the global production of manganese ore, is not what we're in this for. We're mostly focused on the battery product, which is less than 1% of the total manganese production globally. But it's a low volume, very high premium product. The size of the EMM market is, as you can see, very small. In 2017, the total market size was 21,000 metric ton units. In 2018, we expect that number to be around the 26,000 market. It will be confirmed in a couple of weeks' time. Most importantly, the projections for the growth of this market due to the growth of the electric vehicle is going to be upwards of 165,000 tons in 2017. Electrolytic manganese metal is a refined product. The high purity stuff is developed just like you would do any solvent extraction, electrowinning type product. What's significant about our ore is that we have a cost advantage of not having to calcine the ore, because it's not a carbonatic ore, it's an oxide. So this process is very economical for us. This is a short history of what we have achieved so far. So we acquired the licenses in July 2017. We will be in production in terms of mining by July 2020. So that is 3 years start to production. We will be in production in terms of the final product by the end of 2020. These are just snapshots and maps of the sampling program that we did in 2017, which was followed by geophysics in 2018, along with drilling and resource definition. We do everything by the book. A photo of one of the holes that was closed as per the required procedure. We have the drill cores stored in the shed, so everything that we have announced can be verified. It's a small resource, 1.1 million tons inferred resource. That's going to be upgraded into a reserve later this year. 2019, we have an ambitious operational program that is focused on the development of our most developed resource at K.Hill, which will have a PEA that will be published hopefully in the next 2 weeks. It's in its final stages. Hydrometallurgical testing to verify the battery product is underway. Electrowinning is going to be completed next week. It's done at the University of Dalhousie Labs, which is the same lab facility that Jeff Dan does his research for Tesla for. We have a DSO program to fund the operational program, so we're going to be generating revenue from the sale of the direct shipping ore material. We have an exploration program to develop the rest of the property, which is, as I said, 8,000 square kilometers. This is a timeline. We do this all the time. We announce the timeline of our milestones, our achievable targets, and we demonstrate to the market that those milestones were achieved. The DSO program, as I said, will fund a lot of our operational program this year. It'll put in the bank somewhere between $4 to $5 million worth of funding without diluting any shareholder position. The DSO program is for stockpiles around the old mine pit at K.Hill and some bench work in the second one in Otse. This is where the DSO program is going to look like. If you look at the gray areas in and around the old mine area, these are stockpiles that are mineralized. We have tested those. We can produce a sellable product of 37% or 41% manganese. We have a deal with Traxys to market that product already. And in terms of exploration, so K.Hill will be upgraded from a resource to a reserve through drilling and later on feasibility study to be concluded in early 2020. This is the exploration maps, so everything is lined up and properly planned. We can talk about the details if you have time later on. These are the partners that we're working with. We've spoken to Umicore, Traxys, Corp. Traxys, we already have a signed agreement with them. They're going to market the DSO product. They're going to have a right of first refusal in terms of the final battery product, the EMM. Umicore and Corp. are going to get a sample of our EMM product to test it and see if it works for their battery production. Summary of the opportunity. Everything here is world-class. Everything is objective, with the exception of the third one. It's a subjective one, but we have a team of professionals who are very experienced with running mineral resource companies and taking them way into production. We have organic growth. We have acquisitions. And our market cap right now is $10 million Canadian. We expect the MPV of the PEA to be somewhere between $390 to $450 million post-tax. This is the global production of EMM. There's only 2 countries that produce battery-grade EMM outside of China, which is South Africa and Japan. The rest of the presentation is some technical stuff on the specifics of the battery material. The most important thing here is that the price of the electric vehicle dependent on the price of the battery pack. The price of the battery pack is not dependent on the price of manganese. It's pretty flexible. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'm available outside.